Hi everyone, welcome to All Inspired. My name's Amanda, and on my channel, I like to do all things homemaking in hopes to inspire you along the way. And in today's video, I'll be doing a deep clean on my newly renovated bathroom, as well as making sure I get my bedroom clean. We've been living through this construction, but I want to make sure that I do a very, very thorough clean. We have been cleaning as we've been working, so it's not extremely dusty, but I still want to get in here and make sure that I get these doors really clean. I take care of the digital display on the inside that is for the shower head. We actually ordered this off of Amazon, and I will link this below for you, but it's one of my favorite features in this shower. It is a display that will tell you how long you've been in the shower and what the temperature of the shower is. It is just so neat to have that in your shower. It wasn't that much more expensive than we actually ordered another one that had a bunch of different nozzles and things like that, and we actually just returned it, and I think we spent like $40 more. So it wasn't that much more expensive than the first one that we had picked out, but we just love this one so much better. It has a really sleek design. You'll see it in just a few minutes, but I wanted to get all of the watermarks off of this door first. I love using my foaming spray. Any spray you can use, that you can use the spray away, the Dollar Tree, any foaming glass spray works so wonderful with a microfiber cloth. It just really does the trick and gets in here and gets all of the little spots off. If you let them build up for too long, you'll have to go in with something a little more abrasive, like Barkeeper's Friend or hard water remover. They have a really, really good one. I think it is just called hard water remover. I'll have to look it up, but it is amazing and it works so good. Sometimes that just builds up over time and it just makes it a little bit more difficult to get off the glass, which is exactly why I want to make sure I keep up on this bathroom. We're not even completely finished. We still have a few finishing touches that we need to do, which I will be showing you in an upcoming video, but for right now, I'm still want to maintain this and make sure it stays nice and clean. We've been using this space. We've been loving the space. It's been so great. And I did already post a video of the major renovation that we did in here and how, where you can see over to the left right now, that used to be our shower. And it was this teeny tiny little space. And we moved it over to here, which used to be our bathtub. So we've completely switched it around. And if you want to check that video out, I'll leave it linked below, but I'll show you all the things we did to take our bathroom from an outdated 90s space to a more spa-like resort type of an environment. Once we put all the finishing touches in here, it's really going to look beautiful. But I love everything that we did in here. The herringbone tiles on the floor, the tiles on the walls, those are actually pretty textured. And when I get into working on the shower, you can see that they just have a lot of different texture to them. They're very, very beautiful. It almost has like a little bit of a woven pattern, but I am so thrilled with the way that this bathroom turned out. And in future videos, what we're going to be doing is over here to the left, where you can see we've done a little bit of patchwork on the wall. We're actually going to be installing some shelves in there. And so we have a great friend that does woodworking, and he's going to sell us some beautiful wood that we're going to stain and hang up in there and just to have some extra storage. But this is the display that I was talking about. It's just a very sleek display. It works really well with that glass cleaner and the microfiber cloth, just getting all that marks off of there. And then if I were to turn the shower on, it would tell me how long I had been using it and what the temperature was, which makes it really nice because you can just walk in here, turn that on, and have the exact temperature when you're ready to hop into the shower. And it's just so lovely. But I'm going to get this floor all cleaned up, and then we will move along to getting all the stuff stocked into my bathroom. I actually did that a couple days prior, so I'll insert that footage in a few minutes and show you putting my whole cabinetry together, making sure I have all the bins and items that I need to keep everything in here nice and organized and clutter-free. before I start organizing, I'm just going to go ahead and give a really good wipe down of all of these surfaces. Like I said, we have been cleaning throughout the construction because we have been living here while we've been doing the construction. So I just had to keep it clean. If you guys know, I've been in the cleaning industry for a very long time, and living in a construction zone is very hard. But every time after we got done doing work in here, we would just grab the shop vac and then give it a good wipe down and then vacuum everything up and then just do a quick little mop of the floor. So we've been really good about getting most of the construction clean. I wish I had a really great construction cleaning video to show you. Maybe sometime in the near future, I might have a good one to show you for some cleaning outside of my home. But other than that, right now, this is just a maintenance clean. Really, I'm just going through because there has been some things like you saw on the wall. We were doing some repairs. So there's been a little bit of dust. You can't really see it on camera, but anytime that you're doing any sort of sanding, and we had the shop vac right there while he was sanding, and so we were cleaning it up as he was doing it, but at the same time it just still kind of kicks up into the air and can settle on all your items. So I just wanted to give this a really thorough good cleaning, and then I'm going to come through and get this whole area stocked up. Like I said, it was a different day, and that's why I'm not wearing the same clothes, but I just came in here and I put all of our items together. This is right before we were, like when we were moving into the bathroom, this was right before we started able to use it. And so I was just kind of trying to figure out how I could set it up. And there is a drawer underneath there, and we did have to do a little bit of adjustments to the cabinets for the pipes to fit in there. So I just kind of stack all of this up. We'll see if it works for now. If not, then I'll move it around if it's more suitable. But we have so much more space in this cabinetry. It works out so well. I think it turns out really, really nice. If you have any suggestions on how you keep your things nice and tidy and organized in your cabinetry, let me know. But what I've done for right now is my husband likes a lot of the stuff out on the countertops. Like, he's more of a visual person, and I am more of a I want it tucked away. And we have so much space to tuck items away that what I did to kind of compromise is I gave him one of these little clear bins, and I put all of his daily items in it. And then he can always grab his bin, pull it up on the counter in the morning, use all of his items, and then put the bin right down below. It just makes it easier so that he doesn't have to pull out, 10 different things while he's trying to get ready. It's just kind of annoying for him. So I set that up. It seems to be working. Every once in a while, he'll leave his bin out on the countertop, but it's so much easier for me if I see it. I just grab it and put it underneath, and it's perfectly fine, rather than picking up all the items separately. So that's one of the tips that I found is really, really working well for us. But I also quickly discovered that our cabinetry had so much space and was so large that we almost don't have enough stuff to put in here. I do have an area outside of the bathroom where I typically get ready at, so I don't need like makeup or anything like that in here. It's stored in a different spot, so I just kept like some of the essentials in here. But because of the shelves and there's so much storage in here, I actually felt like I had a hard time filling it up. But we do go ahead and get every single thing in here, and if we have more things that we need to bring in, we have space for it. But I do feel like it is easier to keep the space clutter-free if you keep it to only the items that you need, rather than just overpacking or overbuying just because it was items that you wanted. So I am happy that this space allows us to have what feels like a really clutter-free space with room to breathe. Now that I've taken care of getting all of our stuff stocked up, I am going to move along to cleaning this floor, getting it nice and tidied. We actually do want to tie in our wood shelves to the wood color on this floor. We took it to our friend's house that has the wood, and I do believe that walnut is going to be the closest stain or the closest wood that matches the kind of darker color in the tile. And he also showed us with a few different stains, and I picked one that was the most in you still have to seal the product, especially when it's in a bathroom, but I picked one that was brought out the walnut color the most, that really didn't change it very much, that made it look similar to this tile. And what we did was we brought the tile with us so that we can compare it to the piece of wood that he had there. So now we're just going to have to get some dimensions and figure out exactly what we want to do. Is it 3? Is it 4? We're not really sure. That's quite a big space over there. We thought about just doing 3 shelves and adding in a laundry basket down below, or maybe just doing 4 shelves and getting like a smaller basket. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to do, but we definitely want to put some shelves over there with some different items that we can display on there, like towels and just decorative items and things like that. But I'm going to get this floor all nice and tidied, and then I'm going to move along into the bedroom. We have a little closet over here that we have just used as kind of our headquarters. Anything that we needed, we just brought up from the basement and put it in this closet. And I need to get all of that cleaned out for my husband so he can have his closet back. And then I want to get my whole entire room dusted and just really cleaned and tidied. Just make sure that there is no leftover dust in here. You can see I had some grout right there and some of it spilled on the carpet. So I'm sure some of that got up into the air and settled on our surfaces. And I just want to make sure that I get everything tidied up and cleaned up in this room. I'm going to start right here, gathering up all these items and get them taken to the basement and get all of this cleaned out, and then get our room thoroughly dusted and vacuumed. Have any of you lived through a construction? Um, or have you even had a construction going on, not necessarily lived through it, but had construction at your home? What is your least favorite part about the construction process? I have done both. I have cleaned construction homes. So I've been in the home, cleaning the home that has had the construction work done to it. But I've also now lived through construction. This is probably the biggest renovation I've ever lived through. And my biggest pet peeve, especially when it's going on, like the dust by all means is very irritating and annoying, but very easy to take care of. Just clean it up real quick. But one of the biggest pet peeves that I never even considered that would happen, especially because I've done so many construction cleans but never lived through it, is the smells. There were so many very terrible smells from the moment we started demo. There was some bad smells all the way through there. I mean, until the end, there were some pretty bad smells. Look at Ollie. He's so cute. He's just relaxing on the bed, doing his thing. But yeah, when they were cutting out the bathtub, that smelled horrendous. They had to, like, because they couldn't pull the bathtub all out all at once, and they had to cut it. And then when they had to do work on the pipes, the soldering, I guess that's what that's called, that did not smell the greatest. And then he had to waterproof the area that the shower was going in because it was never waterproof. So you have to use specific materials in there, and they do not smell good. Once we got to like the finishing touches, like the tiling and stuff, mortar and grout, that doesn't really have a smell to it. So there wasn't really that many bad smells after that, but like even caulk doesn't smell like the greatest. It's mild compared to how it smelled when they were cutting the bathtub out. And we even have a filtration system. We had it going at all times to filter out the air. We kept it right near the bathroom. We even blocked off that area at one point, but it's just one of those things that I never even considered, but the smells are pretty bad when you're doing renovation. So what is one of your biggest pet peeves when you were doing a big renovation project? What is one of those things that was just an ick for you, that bothered you, that drove you crazy? That was it for me. I was trying to light candles and stuff, but then it was like I was just covering up the terrible smell, and it wasn't really deodorizing much. I just had to open up the windows and wait a little bit, and it eventually would clear. It just takes time for the filtration system to clear everything out. But I will leave that link below because that was definitely a great item to have during our construction, not only for the dust, but for the smells as well. It helps deodorize the air. I'm not really sure how, but the filtration system helps to keep your house smelling fresh, because we don't often open our windows because my husband is allergic to everything outside unless we absolutely have to, like somebody burnt popcorn or something and it's bad, then we'll open up the windows, but we'll bring the filtration system to help keep down the allergies that can come in from the outside. But what is your biggest ick when it comes to construction? That's the main question I was asking. Let me know in the comments below, and I'm going to keep cleaning. Coming up soon, I will have the finishing touches on our bathroom, where we just go ahead and add those shelves and decorate them and just add all the little finishing touches that needs to be done in there. And I will be showing that soon, but I will also be doing a quick little refresh of the kids' bathroom. They're going to be away at camp for a week, and I always do a little surprise for them. So it's not going to be a major renovation or construction, but just some simple paint, some changing around. I'll probably spray paint the light fixture, just very cost effective bathroom refresh that I think will have a huge impact and you guys will really enjoy seeing. So that will also be coming up soon. I've already started it and I'm really excited about it, because I think that although it's not a major renovation like my bathroom was, it is going to look gorgeous, and it is budget friendly that anyone could do, even renter friendly for that matter. So I really think you guys will enjoy it. You have that to look forward coming up soon. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like the Please like the video and please comment, even just in a little emoji. It helps me out so much. It lets YouTube know that you're enjoying this content, which is able to get it out to more viewers. So it's free to you and helps me out a bunch, and I sincerely appreciate it. So if you want to go ahead and hit that button, I'd appreciate it forever. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.